everyone, welcome to lesson 4. Today, which is the same day as lesson 3, because I was having a lot of energy and feeling inspired. This is pretty much 30 seconds after the last class ended, so keeping it real. So lesson 4, rules of composition or types of composition. So I'm going to use green pen for the heart chakra. Okay, so the first one, we're just going to dive right in. The first one is 9-zone grid. So basically, you have a piece of art and you draw imaginary lines, or you can sketch this out in pencil before you start. So you have the grid here, and your focal point is going to be on one of these points. And the reason for that is typically in art, I think over time with science and just philosophy studies of art, the eye is naturally drawn to these points in this specific type of composition. So might help to structure your work a little bit if you feel like it's kind of all over the place. Putting your focal point at one of these spots will really draw the eye to what you're trying to focus on. And a lot of the times, as I've noticed with myself and students I've worked with over the years, is that people naturally put focal points in those places, which is why it's a thing, I think, in the first place. So you might already be doing this, and now you just know what it's called. This is also known as the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is more this kind of idea, where you have like 3 sections of something. This is obviously a masterpiece. So you have 3 sections of something, and that's like interesting to the eye, and people will be drawn to it. And like I said, you might already be doing this one too. So if you want like a lot of busyness on this layer, a medium amount of busyness on this layer, and then a light amount of busyness on this layer, or the other way around, or you can have like let's see, like really geometric shapes on this layer, like lots of triangles and circles, and then more whimsical shapes on this section, and then more dotted shapes on this section. That's just ways of kind of making your artwork have like different themes all combined together, and you can really incorporate a few different things there, and then it turns into like a really dynamic piece of art. I've noticed rule of thirds is one of the best compositions for creating a dynamic piece of art. It's really fun, especially if you're using mixed media. And then the next one is an S-curve. You can probably guess what this one is. It will be an S-curve across the page. You can have it going any which way you want, but basically your lines in the painting or drawing would follow. I'm going to go outside the canvas here, but your lines would follow the S-curve, and then that carries your eye on a journey through the painting. So that's S-curve, and like I said, you can have it going any way you want to. And then 2 of the other ones, so these are the normal rules of composition. Well, there are a few more than these, but these are the most common ones, and these are taught in like art schools and art classes. But there are 2 more that I like that are more like kind of sacred geometry, more spiritual compositions, and that would be let's see, harmonious triangle is actually what it's called, and that's the first one. So you, like I said, can sketch this out beforehand, but it'll be like this, and then you have these 2 lines, or a reference sheet there, and then your artwork can be kind of comprised in these shapes, in these harmonious triangle shapes here. So this can be really cool. You can probably do a lot of different things with this. Get real creative with it. And this also looks like a dimensional plane, so you can have like 3 different like stair steps of works going on, or you can draw the eye through the page, like this. And that, kind of like a trellis, kind of like nature, which is why it's a sacred geometry. You can have it. Oops. You can have it more like that. And then the last one that we'll talk about today is the golden spiral. And everybody, or most people, oh, sorry, my battery was low. Okay, so most people know this one as the Fibonacci sequence. So you start out with kind of like a square in the corner here, and then you just want to draw a curve like that. It's going to go all the way down to the bottom of the page, all the way, oops, to the side, and all the way to the top. And you can totally create like a cool spiral artwork out of that. That would be so neat. Use a lot of sacred geometry shapes. You can even continue the spiral, draw another square and another spiral within that. Kind of the same idea. You can put shells, nature, leaves, anything you want. So those are the kind of compositions that can help structure if you're kind of like, my stuff seems random, I don't know really where to place something. These can really help. And for lesson 4, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. This is going to be a short lesson because my phone's going to die. But here, I'll show you on the iPad as I drew it out here. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys something to do that's called a body energy study. So you're going to draw kind of your body shape. Oh, that has already been done. Okay, so you're going to draw like your body shape. Oops. I'm going to do this light purple. Okay. So this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to sketch it out. So you can just draw your head, your shoulders, and your legs. You can imagine you're sitting cross-legged like this. So what we're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath and you're going to really tap into your body, and you're going to draw your energy. So let's say I'm drawing my head, and like I have a lot of energy in the back of my head. So my head is going to kind of be shaped like this. A lot of energy in the lower back of the head. Or you can even circle the areas. This is just an energy study. It won't be like a piece of art, although it would be a neat piece of art. This is more just like to get a hang of your energy and understand where you might be holding it tight. And then if your shoulders are tight, maybe your shoulders look like this. And maybe you can't really feel the bottom of your arm, so your arm kind of feels like that. And, your arm is obviously longer than that. So then once you start drawing your body and where the energy might be hung up, like maybe there's a lot of energy in my forearm on this arm, but not a lot of energy in the top of my arm. So my forearm is going to be kind of swollen looking. And then you can even go down into your lungs. Do your lungs feel this big? Or do your lungs feel kind of loose, kind of this big? So really just tapping into your energy. And then going down more, how does your digestion feel? Does it run all the way side to side? Or is your digestion kind of cramped all up in the middle? You can really tell where you're holding energy when you do this. And do your hips feel tight? Let's circle them if your hips feel tight. Do your knees hurt? Do they feel kind of pointy? Right. So this is kind of what your energy would look like if you were to like outline where you're storing your energy. So obviously this isn't incredibly harmonious. So what we can do, which is part of a Native American practice, is unweave or weave our own energy. We're all just electromagnetic strings of energy, strands of energy, flowing streams. And we can really just take that and work it and reweave it. So we see all these kind of streams of energy here. And what we're going to do is we're going to straighten that out. So I did one the other day when I was coming up with this lesson. This was my energy when I first started. And as you can tell, you can't even see my body shape within all of this construction stuff going on around. And I thought, okay, let's just reweave that. This was before yoga and meditation. So I rewove my energy into this. Just give you a second to look at that. I started at my head and I said, okay, my crown chakra is open. What does an open crown chakra look like? It looks expansive. Nice full crown chakra. And then I go down to my head, which is a nice balanced circle of energy. My heart is open and full. Draw my heart. My arms are relaxed, feeling relaxed arms. My legs feel very open and very relaxed as well. So as you're drawing, you're really anchoring into these lines that you're making here. How does my digestion feel? Oh, it's flowing. Flowing beautifully. My spleen has a nice upward energy. Other parts of my digestion have a nice downward energy, kind of grooving and flowing with this energy. It's rooting down into our kind of extra chakras, our Earth Star Chakra, which is one below our root chakra, and then our Soul Star Chakra, which is one above our crown chakra, anchoring us into the universe, anchoring us into like the Earth energy plane, the Earth Star plane. A little bit woo-woo spiritual, but that's okay. So this beautiful Earth Star Chakra energy down here, really feeling that. So you can kind of do like that and reweave your energy and make it a meditation. And then this also would be like really cool works of art as well. So you can start out with that. So this is only a 12-minute lesson, so I think that that's actually good for just like days that you're busy or like shorter days. Just do an energy study. You don't need to create a masterpiece every single day. It's all about just coming back to the self and to the inner energy and to the connection with yourself, the connection with the universe, the connection with the creator, with the creative energy, with the divine feminine, divine masculine energy within yourself. That's what this is really all about. So just 12 minutes, totally enough. And having a good energy study is always good to do every day. And you can do that right when you wake up, make it cool when you wake up halfway through the day, and then when you go to bed or something like that might be a neat experiment just to see how your energy looks throughout the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope everything made sense. And then I'll see you for lesson 5, which we're going to get into a bit of Taoist alchemy. So I'm bringing in just kind of a few other aspects that might help the creative process. I think we might start that one out with a meditation, so that might be cool. All right, see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me.